Have you ever visited a website before and you wonder how it actually works? This is episode 1 on how things works, where I break down and explain to you how complex tech things works. Now, to explain how a website works, I'm going to be breaking down these 5 terms. The first one is domain name. The second one is hosting or server. While the third one is browser. The fourth one is request and response. While the fifth one is data. Now, for the first word, domain name. What is a domain name? A domain name is a user-friendly address that is used to access a website. Now, for example, www.google.com, www.kendy.com. A domain name is what you input to the browser to get the files of a website. Now, when you copy the domain name and you paste it to a browser, another thing is actually happening. Now, you are sending a request. So when you copy a domain name, www.google.com, into your browser and you click send, now what your browser is doing is requesting files, data from another server, which is also known as hosting or server. What is a server? A server is a computer or powerful device that stores data, and this data are being transferred live. Now, let's say, for example, you want to visit a website, kendy.com, and you input these details on your own laptop. Now, what is going to be happening is that your browser is going to send a request to my server. So your server is where your website files are stored. Now, once your computer requests for these files and it is being sent from the server, what actually happens next? Now, your browser will actually encode it or decode it now to display a live website for you. Now, the question is, what files is the server sending to the browser? This can be documents, pictures, photos, HTML, CSS, or JavaScript. This is the building block of a website. This is what makes up a website. So how a website actually works in a simple term is that you have your browser and you enter a domain name www.kendy.com and you actually send a request from your browser to the server, which can also be called hosting. Now, the hosting is where the files of the website are stored, right? Now, once the hosting or the server accepts your request, it's going to send you the files, the pictures, the documents of a website directly to you. Now, what your browser is going to do is going to decode that information. It's going to display it live for you. That is how you are able to access a website. Now, if this explanation is well understood and you're able to understand how a website actually works, write the comment section so that I can release another episode on how things works. And if the explanation is too fast or still robust, let me know so that I can break it down in another video. I'll see you in my next video. Peace.